Alright, I got this Epiphone Custom Pro on my table, and it's on my table because the switch wasn't working. I already opened it up and noticed a few things. Show you what here, and this is the first thing. So these pots, it has, I would assume, coil splits here, and what has happened is that this black paint here is, well, usually conductive, and one of these pots, this one, had this piece of tape here, so none of these would touch that surface, painted surface, because then it can make a short or something. Unwanted connection, basically. And we can see it there. There's more of that under those as well. And yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna fix. And how do I mean to fix that is, well, I'll just actually, because there's lots of thread here to still work with, I'm gonna put that on there. So I will put a washer, and after that we should still have enough thread to go there, as we do, and then we shouldn't have any issues or come up with any issues here with these possibly touching the surface. And I'll show you what has happened. And it's always good to keep, this is what was just the sour cream, something like that to put the parts in. Alright, so here we go, I'll show you. So there, just a piece of tape to keep it from touching that area. And no, we're not really happy with that. So like I showed you, this should do well and keep anything unwanted from touching the surface. And another thing here, well, I can actually, when we take a look at that, this is much taller than that one. I mean the circuit board, which I'll be checking these and making sure that the contacts are good. But I think that should still, yeah, that will do the trick. Alright, so yeah, these little washers come in handy a lot of the times, and we don't need that. And then the other thing was that actually, and this is one of those little things, so the actual switch side, so that one, and because it's not like soldered all the way to there, which I understand can be quite difficult, there's a couple of loose strands, and then those loose strands might make unwanted contacts there. So yeah, I'll have to desolder that side. I will be putting a shrink tube on it, and I will do a little, I'll continue it with this a little, just to make sure that there's no loose strands that can then touch something they shouldn't be touching. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. And after that, I'll test it out, see if the switch actually works without any problems, and then I'll give it a little clean, change the strings, oil the fretboard, and clean it, and so on. Yep. Alright, so the work here is done. The cavity for the jack was also a little too small. Not too small, but small enough that it actually might cause issues. So I taped inside there, and that prevents any unwanted connections from happening. Everything's the way it should be. So now I'm gonna change the strings, clean up and all the fretboard. Alright, so there it is, all shiny, properly tuned, set up, new strings. The most important thing, this is now working. Those are smooth, should be causing no issues at all anymore. And yeah, now let's play it some more.